And there we go. Hey everyone, hope you guys are all having a good day. Bitcoin is coming along right now, and actually Bitcoin's trying to break out, which could lead to a bullish MACD on the daily chart, which could get us back in gear here for another large move. Of course, there's still what happens next week with the Fed and stuff like that, but things right now are speeding up, so I think that's some pretty good news here. So before I get started here, because I know this is going to be more of a technical based one because everything's really flying at the moment, or it's attempting to fly. Bitcoin's not launching into space, but we do happen to be at $102,440, which is really close to all-time highs. So I think that's going to be the main topic of today. We're really starting to see a little bit more of a push here from Bitcoin, again trying to get back up to that resistance level, which was that FIB. But again, before that, Loki back up here. Loki, oh, he always comes at the side. Yeah, sure, good boy. Yeah, sure, good boy. That's a very good boy. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Yeah. All right. Do you want a treat? That's what you want. Okay, good. And so gentle. All right. So happy to see you, Villa, multi-stacker, Kashif. Happy to see all of you guys here. This is going to be maybe like an hour and a half to 2 hour long stream tonight, I think. I was trying to stream last night, but I was just too tired when I got back from the lounge. I ended up getting back around like 12:30, 1 o'clock, and I was just beat. I'm going to lounge again tonight, not really to smoke, but just to kind of chill and talk with some buddies. But I don't really have to get down there for a little bit of time here. So right now, Bitcoin's trying to have a move. We'll see how strong of a move it can be at this point. So it's going to be like a real close here because the technicals are still, they're 50-50. Remember those weekly charts that we kept on talking about? Those suggest Bitcoin's still bullish, which is why we dollar cost average. And the daily chart, although a little bit more bearish, it's been coming around the last few days ever since we had the good CPI report, right? So let's get into it here. Hey, Wilder, happy to see you, OP May Productions. And there we go. Did they approve MicroStrategy into the triple Q? Yes, they did actually. Here, before we actually break down Bitcoin very fast, let me just go over here. Right there, MSTR to enter the NASDAQ 100, to Invesco triple Q ETF after NASDAQ. So yeah, things are looking pretty good for it right now. I think this is probably one of the reasons that we are seeing Bitcoin actually go higher here. So let's get back over to Bitcoin. This is the 4 hour chart. As you guys already know, the weekly chart, still bullish. Again, while we dollar cost average, still bullish, still fine. Stochastic, a little bit more of a warning here, but not enough to really freak me out. Daily chart still bearish, but the stochastic and RSI are still looking pretty bullish right now. They finally had those crossovers during today's candle, which has only been up for like an hour and a half, by the way. However, go over here. You look at the daily chart, Bitcoin's about to try to make an attempt to hit 104,000 bucks, break out to another batch of all-time highs. According to the Bitcoin Tether Binance chart, all-time highs for Bitcoin are at $104,088. So that's the level we want to break tonight or tomorrow, sometime as we go into the weekend here. It'd be a really nice move to see that. And it looks like most of this catalyst that over the last few minutes is just the MicroStrategy news that some of you guys are talking about. And hey, J-Mark, happy to see my man Island Time Nicholas. Hope you guys are all doing well, and Wilder, of course. Yeah, so let me park back over here. Most of the tokens actually haven't moved too much. You've seen a little bit of movement, but overall, last 24 hours, it's just kind of been rebounding some of the losses that we've seen. Aave's been making some good moves here over the last 7 days, but things are still okay. We dollar cost average into a few different tokens here. Yesterday or the day before yesterday, I think. We still have to buy more of those tokens now, and we'll do a little bit more of that over the next few days here. And I'll be buying more tokens today, I should say, but just not adding more to the ones we already bought, if that makes sense. AI is up 12%, NMR is up 6%, IOXTC is down 6%, and the XRP is at 1,500. The world is up 650, and the Pepe is up 1,600%. So yeah, actually, before we get started with Bitcoin, let me find out some AI tokens that might be worth buying more over here. Fetch AI. You can buy a little bit more Fetch. See, it still feels like that still looks bearish to me as far as a meme coin, but let's go with $100. Leverage 10x. There we go. And then, is there anything else I want to buy right now? Ordinals, not really. Memes, I'm not buying back into Turbo. I already lost too much money. I didn't lose money on it. it was too annoying, right? I lost money because I could have been invested in something else. Web3. I wonder if Reef made us some good money last time. Oh shit, we sold at a good time last time. Damn, this thing got hit hard. Grind. This daily chart's been kind of fucked up though, hasn't it? This peaked back in October, not recently. This is probably going to be something more of we buy and when it pops we sell. We're not really in this for the very long term. More of a swing type trade here. Audio. Oh yeah, I do like audio. Audio is a token I told you guys I was dollar cost averaging like a long time ago. And it kind of has like an audio vibe to it. Excuse me, an AI vibe to it. Actually had a pretty swift rebound here. And let's not do 20x. This is, I don't like it. I hate when it does that. There you go. And then long, there we go. So we got a few more trades out there. But anyway, let's focus on Bitcoin here. The resistance is the same as it ever was. There we go. Really darn close here. And let me actually move this over a little bit more so you guys can see what I'm talking about. There we go. So yeah, Bitcoin's making a good move here. I'm pretty happy. I hope you guys are happy too. Altcoins are clawing back some of those gains, but they still have a long way to go. It's just funny that all this is happening on a Friday night, right? After the daily market's been closed, you know, everybody's trying to go do something tonight. If you guys on the East Coast, this is prime dinner time, going to grab some drinks and getting ready for the night out, right? Pre-game time. West Coast over here, we're getting into our dinner phase, and then we're gonna go have our drink phase later on tonight. So this is pretty interesting here. But again, you saw a little bit more volatility earlier today. Looks like the big news is coming from CoinDesk, or you know, MicroStrategy is officially added to the Nasdaq 100 Triple Q index of largest U.S. stocks. So this is going to be interesting. Whenever Bitcoin goes into a bear market, it's going to be kicked off of it. But until then, you know, we're okay. And hey, Steve, happy to see you, my man. Hey, Saul as well. And hey, MLG, Bitcoin with no volume is not good. Be careful. We've been here before, but this is why I'd say most of us have just been dollar cost averaging. If you guys know me, and I guess I've been saying this for the past few, like week or so. When did it start? November 26th, right? Because that MACD still remains bearish, I'm still a little bit, you know, meh, you know, a little bit concerned about Bitcoin. But the weekly charts have still been giving me some hope here. I think my plan for right now is just to keep on dollar cost averaging, which is what you guys just saw me start to do, open up some more trades. But I think for a lot of traders out there, they're going to try to buy into this and see if they can catch the breakout. Because all it takes is one good breakout to make some money. And there really hasn't been so many breakout opportunities. For an example here. Oki's looking at his paw. I got to check it out later on. Go over here to, let's say, maybe the hour chart. All right. There you go. I think what people are probably going to do is say, hey, man, I haven't been trading much Bitcoin over the last few days. I'm going to try to go long at 102,169. My stop loss will be right over here at 99,182. And that's going to give me a, you know, a potential loss of about 2.8%. So if you do like a 10x leverage, right, that's about 30% almost, 28%. That's not going to be horrible for a lot of people. So what you could see happen there is like, okay, like let's do this over here on I got audio. I mean, I guess in this circumstance, why not just do Bitcoin, right? Like here, I'll show you something. Like here's a $500 trade with not a 200x leverage. No. Actually, we could do that for fun. It'd have to be a $100 position. And then the short stop loss would be, what did I just say? 99. Let's just do 99,000. All right. So I'd lose 622%. That's not terrible for 200x leverage. Take a profit price if Bitcoin manages to break out here. Let's say the first batch. Can I do batches here? I can't do batches here. All right. Take profit. probably around 105, 106,000 ducks. 105,500. Okay, let's go 50 bucks here, because honestly, we still are in that bearish move. So let's go there, market, open long, $102. Okay, let's make that $100. Oh, 102. That's 103. Should do the trick then. There we go. All the positions open up right there, and you just kind of wait to see what happens. I don't mind losing a few $100 on this one. It's very risky though. I would not take this chance just because, again, it's more of a news event, that type of stuff without the daily MACD. But on a Friday night, you know what? I haven't gambled in a minute. I haven't been to Vegas as many times this year, actually. And hey, GT, happy to see my man. Hey, Puma, happy to see you as well. I prefer to get wasted alone in my room on a Friday. I don't have much. I guess actually I do have a shit ton of alcohol in the house. I just haven't been drinking it here. Public intoxication is a no-go. Yeah, what do you call it? I haven't been, I guess I don't get publicly intoxicated. I'm a sipper, right? If I go to the cigar lounge or a lounge from like 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm probably going to have 3 drinks, right? So I'm a sipper. I'm a sipper. And one of those drinks may actually be coffee, right? So it's a little bit different. I don't, honestly, I just pick the people I hang out with very, very careful. That is very true. That takes a long time though. Do I have a trading course? No. I was in the process of making one, but my brain isn't capable of making it. I can only get so far before my brain just says it's going to self-destruct. I need to like stop doing it. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll get like a staff together whenever I move, and I can try to make one. My trading strategy isn't that complicated though. It's more of all the nitty-gritty stuff that I care about. But like, I have a trading strategy. It's just that YouTube doesn't really promote it at all. Maybe I'll put out another video the next week talking about like my trading strategy. It's just a momentum-based trading strategy. It works very well when everything kind of aligns, but when things aren't aligned, you kind of have to take bits and pieces of my strategy to get some day trades and stuff out of it. That's the issue here with my strategy, at least. Oh, you got some friends in the military? Oh, there, that's always good. If every week's end Bitcoin is 3K more week over week, I'm good. I mean, so far we're looking pretty damn good. Bitcoin's at 102,000 bucks. It's trying to make a pop here over the next few hours. We'll see if it actually has the oomph to do so. You know, I'm skeptical so far, but again, we're still looking pretty good. Do you create a Discord? I created a Discord. Nobody came to it. It kind of died a slow, painful death. A lot of spammers came in there, and it just took time for me to manage it. You know, I don't like even like Telegram. I tried to open up a Telegram account. A bunch of scammers popped in, and I don't have time to manage it, and nobody has time to moderate it, right? Like 24/7. So I don't know. You know, I used to be so much more excited about Discord, making a community, having the opportunity to talk. But then I realized I had to like spend time in there and like try to be active in it, and I don't have the time for that. And people don't naturally just go to Discord to talk about stuff. Like I've seen other people, friends groups and stuff, and even my friends groups, like over the past few years, they've all their Discord groups have really gone downhill. People have just moved somewhere else, and I don't necessarily know where they've moved, but it's definitely not Discord. But like I have a Discord group. It's just it's such a pain in the ass to maintain. I don't even want to deal with it anymore. 2 drinks on occasion, like a few years, they could be 2 real big drinks. Now they all want to get into crypto. Go figure. I wish they had listened 3 years ago. Oh well, that's never a bad thing. And hey, Noir, again, the daily MACD is still bearish, so you probably have a good opportunity here. I'm just looking at a little bit of news and having some fun here, specifically because Bitcoin's been so volatile over the past few weeks. I feel like as long as you guys have a stop loss, you're fine, right? No. Here's well, this is the 12-hour chart. I think a 12-hour chart sums up a lot of stuff here. So let me go over here very fast. There we are. Make my head a little bit smaller. You guys can't see the cyberpunk stuff going on behind my head. Okay. Didn't mean to do that way. This way. All right. So here's Bitcoin. Ethereum looking pretty good. Looking close. Ethereum's trend actually is much stronger than Bitcoin's. Solana still consolidating. When Solana breaks out right there, I'm going to be hopping into it. Dogecoin still doing okay. Are we going to break down? Are we going to break out? We talked about a few different opportunities here. So far, it's still managing to hold the course. Well, not really, because if you take away all this other stuff, because we just kind of put some lazy lines on here. Depending on what you're trying to do, you know, we already broke down for a little bit. We just got rejected, and now we're coming back down up to retest, right? But for some of these, right, you can see that clear level of resistance, and there's a couple for Dogecoin. People are really going to be looking to trade those two breakouts right there. Kind of in a channel, you can almost imagine. We'll figure out if we're able to break out there or not. With, I mean, man, I know we talked about the breakout and stuff like that, but that's old news here. Still kind of in a bear situation. Not nearly as high as we were back on November 13th. What happened November 13th with Bitcoin here? I mean, it was just hitting 90,900. That's when we went through that consolidation phase. Bitcoin's been through a consolidation phase right now, but it's not really doing much for us. Miro came down hard. Baby Doge doing a little bit better. STMX floating around, but it had a pretty good grind. Somebody was accumulating this quite a bit here. This was interesting. So somebody was accumulating STMX. Sheeb had a big move. Had a couple big moves actually. It kind of died back off here, but overall okay. Book of Meme sideways. Sheeb sideways. Talked about that one. Pepe trying to make a move here in the process of breaking down a little bit, but not crazy. Floki, right? Damn, we haven't talked about Floki in a while. Yeah, those squiggly lines are all old now. There we go. ADA, not bad. You know, so I'm just choosing to accumulate some of these tokens right now. Even things like the ApeCoin. Remember, I've been buying up ApeCoin for a minute here because it fell down so hard over the past year. Even Arbitrum actually fell down pretty hard here. Some interesting breakouts and things like that, but as far as I'm concerned right now, this is just the time to accumulate. For those of you guys that want to day trade and do your swing trades and stuff like that, definitely have some fun with it. You okay? That was a really loud grunt. Good? Probably full from eating dinner. There we go. Trying to figure out what the best time frame is so you guys can actually see this type of stuff. So while Bitcoin's doing its thing here and consolidating, what's actually moving today? Virtual is having another big day here. Virtual is back up 37% for the week, 20% today. Core's up 9%. Jasmy's up 8%. I know a lot of you guys like Jasmy. Jasmy's never been a favorite token of mine, but I have some, but it's never been a favorite. Move is up 8%. Phantom is up 8%. Ondo's up around 7%. Theta's up around 6%. So we are making some good progress. Anything really down today? IOS, Mantra, XDC, Aerodome Finance. This is one a lot of you guys have been dollar cost averaging to Aerodome Finance. Radium. Okay. Me with 0.01 Bitcoin. Oh my gosh. She just has to sit there and pretend to smile. Good for her. Get your money. Major exchange NASDAQ adds MicroStrategy to top 100 stock index, its first Bitcoin company. Yeah, that's good. Dudes will make billions from Bitcoin and still live like this. Man, that guy, he's been through some shit. He's been through some shit. German parliament member, I can't pronounce that, says Europe will get FOMO if the US adopts a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Of course, that's one of the reasons we want to do it. We just want to load up. See, the fun thing is, a lot of people around the world loaded up first, right? Loaded up first. Then American institutions started to load up, right? And now after American institutions load up, then those guys can influence the government to load up. And if America's government loads up, it makes everybody else load up. So we should see Bitcoin have a really strong move here in the future. I know we're not just talking about days or months, but like years. But like, again, there's a good reason for holding Bitcoin for a very long period of time here. You got my beer. If it isn't the finest, but at least it isn't Bud Light. I haven't had Bud Light in a freaking while here. Yeah, I don't know. Bud Light's always been a little bit different for me. When the powers combine, we summon humanity's greatest form of money, Bitcoin. Oh, geez. I'll retweet that. Let's see, anything else? The Bitcoin Standard author almost went on CNBC to educate them on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a money that cannot be inflated. There's only going to be 21 million. That's it. It's a 7-minute long one. Interesting. Let's see. Maybe I'll make a video about that soon. Get used to Bitcoin volatility. You'll be rewarded. Yeah, that's true. The U.S. stores 600 billion in gold. Go to digital gold. Bitcoin is much better. Damn. What do you call? See, the more Bitcoin goes up, the more we see, I would say, the media being forced to hype it up because they have to bring on people that are experts about Bitcoin that actually, you know, and that most people that are experts in Bitcoin, they're always very, very excited about it because they see the true potential about it. So I think that's going to be good for us. The swirl. Using FIDs, what could be the top of the cycle for Lena? I don't know what FIDs are. I don't know Lena either, actually. What do you think is happening? We're going up or down by the end of the year? So far, we should still be bullish for the end of the year here. We got about, what, like 15, 16, 17 more days, something like that. 17, 30, 18 days left, or maybe some of that. I'm bad with math. But, yeah, from as far as technicals are concerned, we're still aiming to go a little bit higher here. Right now, the only thing that can really derail that, and that's the whole, like, the $1 million question, is what happens next week during the FOMC meeting. So I know we talk about this every now and again, and we did talk about it a little bit more here today. FOMC meeting. I should probably just type news. Let's see. FX Street is usually good. This is just a website that usually covers everything that has to do with currencies and whatnot. So, gold price fell for the second consecutive day as high U.S. Treasury bond yields weighed on the yellow metal. Traders await the Federal Reserve's interest rate cut next week. The gold trades at $2,657, down 0.8%. Despite posting losses, bullion is up almost 1% in the week following a tranche of U.S. economic data releases. U.S. inflation data on the consumer and producer sales was mixed, but the latest initial jobless claims report gave the green light to investors for pricing in the Fed's December rate cut. Okay. Traders' focus shifted to the Fed's monetary policy meeting on December 17th through 18th. The 18th is the one that matters for all of us. That's going to be next Wednesday, with traders predicting a 93% chance of a 25 basis point rate cut via data from the Chicago Board of Trade. Following the decision, investors will eye Federal Jerome Powell's press conference, looking for clues regarding the policy path for 2025. This is where things get a little bit more scary, right? Second-tier data featured on Friday showed that the U.S. import prices rose marginally, while export prices dipped in November. The non-yielding metal extended its losses after U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said he has been seeing encouraging signs that Gaza ceasefire is possible. Let me see right here. No. Oh, that's it? Okay, I wish they had a little bit more news on there. But I think we should actually look at is the... maybe that one a little better. This probably, yeah, this one's probably a little bit better. Okay, you can have my cookies. There we go. And we need to go this one. There we go. This is why I was zoomed in so much last time. One more. There we go. All right. So, there's about according to the experts out there, there's a 95.3% chance we have a rate cut at the December 18th meeting. Okay. After that, there's a 78%. What are we looking at? 17% chance we have a cut at the January meeting. And then there's a 49% chance we have a cut at the March meeting. That drop off right there is a little bit more concerning, right? So people are forecasting we go to 95, like 95% say we're going to be at 425 to 450. But in January, everybody thinks it's going to be the same. This is where the market's freaking out a little bit. This is where if you go to the stock market, maybe a daily chart on the stock market. Yeah, the stock market's like, we're not too happy about that, right? Nasdaq's still going up a little bit because they actually have some pretty strong earnings. SPY flattening out a little bit, right? But Nasdaq is probably leading the way here. I mean, look at that breakout; it's beautiful, beautiful. But yeah, so that's kind of the concern people have right now: is the Fed going to make a mistake? And depending on which side of this you're on, the Fed's going to make a mistake either way. So like for people like me who don't want the Fed to pause, right? I'm thinking that if the Fed chooses to pause, that's a mistake. However, there is going to be a camp, of course, that says, hey, if the Fed doesn't pause, they're making a mistake because they're overheating the economy, inflation's going to skyrocket, yada, 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 right? So that's the two opposing viewpoints there in a nut, right? But you could see going over here, it's just people don't really know what to expect as much, right? Remember before we were kind of going sideways, we were expecting cut. Now it's like, oh, maybe not a cut. Maybe not a cut. Like 50% here, that's not really a good amount, right? 40% right here, 40% here. Excuse me. Ooh. So, we're seeing a little bit more concern, and that concern is exactly what we don't want to see because that concern really is just another word for uncertainty. And when we have uncertainty, things start to get a little bit more rough. 15-minute chart. Right now, Bitcoin just consolidating a little bit, not doing too much here. Is anything making a push right now? We saw a few tokens make a really good push the other day, but right now, RLC, that's still consolidating. Sushi is making a play right now. What's going on with Sushi? Ran up for 216 all the way up to 229. What is that? Yeah, it's a 6% push in just the last, couple hours. So watch out for Sushi. That could be a good day trading token. GTC is making a little bit of a play. Not a crazy one, but a little bit. Comp, still consolidating. Milady token's actually making a play. Not much liquidity as always, but at least that's a little bit of a pump up. Still trying to deal with it. Is this a weekly chart resistance? Yeah, it's a weekly resistance level. That's a shame because this does look like it wants to break out here fairly soon. Yeah, looks like Sushi's the one making the big play right now. All right, there we go. Meanwhile, Bitcoin remains, I guess, it's having some progress here. It's having some progress. I won't say it's the best progress in the world, but we're getting the job done here, right? Fed leaders sticking around, I think. Yeah, so Jerome Powell he doesn't want to quit. He does not want to quit. He's not going to give up the job. The only way the Fed guy actually gives up his position, or the only way that Jerome Powell actually leaves, is if Congress decides to kick him out of office. And I don't think that's going to happen. I personally don't like the Fed being independent of Congress or the executive branch. I didn't elect any of those fuckers over there, right? Anytime there's a bureaucracy, I think it needs to be held accountable to somebody. And at this point in time, I'd prefer if it was underneath the executive branch. That way, if Obama or Trump or Bush or Clinton had a problem with the way things were going over there, they could say, hey, I don't have to deal with all this voting and stuff in Congress because that they take a long time, they drag their feet, they're a little bit more corrupt as always. And they could just say, hey, we respect what you've done so far, but we need you to move along so we can have somebody that's a little bit better qualified to take the job. And again, Jerome Powell, I think he's a very smart individual. I think he's well respected in the Wall Street circles. But to be frank, my trust never recovered with him as far as it came to when he said transitory over and over and over and over and over for months and months and months. He just was forced to say transitory. And then after a while, he was forced to say, oh, Maybe we should just retire that phrase because I got it wrong. He never said he got it wrong though. So again, my trust with him never really, and it just never came back. So I'm not a non-biased person talking about him. I'm a guy who just deeply just trusts him and the job he's done so far, and like the chaos that came about it. And I think this comes to the fact that I actually liked Silicon Valley Bank a lot, but that because he was so late to the party, he had to raise rates so freaking fast, he put us into a banking crisis, right? That's on him. That's not on the banks, because usually when you're talking about banks, whether Silicon Valley Bank or a lot of the other ones, they're not used to having rates go from like 0 to like 100 within a few months. They're not used to that fast, rapid move. And he should have known that. But he did it anyway. Banks failed. People lost their jobs and whatnot. And that's just freaking chaos. Remember, it was back in like the March of 2022, I think it was. We just saw assets come crashing down, which was just, it was just a rough time. So, I don't really trust Jerome Powell to get the job done this time around. I'm just happy he's realized he should start cutting. I prefer if he kept on cutting more and more and more. Especially if we have if Trump is able to get energy prices cheaper, I think that'll kind of help everything else out, get prices down lower, and of course we want to have cheaper loan rates basically. What do you think about Bonk? I like it for the long-term hold. Allegedly, what happened allegedly? Max pain for options expiration is 100K. I don't think we are going to have a super breakout, just more sideways stuff. That's typically what the MACD's been saying here, more sideways stuff, but I think we finally get a crazy move. I mean, we can get a big move this weekend, guys. All it takes is a couple whales to come in here and manipulate the market, and boom, we're off to the races. But looking off of that MACD, it's still going to take a couple days for us to really get into that high gear, like a whoosh, like now we're going, right? It's right there. Santa really coming in next week if Powell doesn't mention pause in the coming months. I'm interested to see the dot plot of what they say, and then on top of that, I really want to hear the statements. Is it good for crypto? Is it bad for crypto? What's happening next? Because if it's bad for crypto, oh my gosh, it's just gonna be so freaking rough. Just so freaking rough. That pause would just be bad. Again, you would see the market throw a big fit. You'd see rates start to shoot back up. You'd see people stop buying houses as much. It would cause the economy to really slow down again. And again, this is where we all have our own lives, guys. We all have friends that have jobs, whether it be, I got friends that are multi-millionaires. I got a friend that's a billionaire. I got friends who just, they make a few $100 a week, right? That's the type of people meet at the cigar lounge. You got like a lot of people. And, the crypto space as well. But I know a lot of friends, especially in Washington State. And again, this is only Washington State. This is only the city area of like Tacoma, Olympia, Seattle, Everett, some of that. I'm hearing more about layoffs. I'm having friends of friends getting laid off. I've had a couple friends get laid off so far. And I'm like, this does not seem like it's some great thriving economy. On the other side, you go driving through town, you're like, damn, there's a lot of empty businesses out there. Like, how they have like the bank signs say, hey, this space is open for lease. It's just not it, right? It's just not it. So I still think we need to be cutting rates even more, because I think when Jerome Powell raised rates, I just think it's like an old mechanism that's not really meant for the modern economy. And if they have a way to kind of enhance it or something like that, make it more targeted and specific, maybe that could help out. But I think they forget there's like a new gig economy now. On top of that, there's like the crypto economy right now, which is a lot of money involved in those two just alone. Then when you start thinking about some of these things, I don't even know what you want to call it, like the AI economy. So, there's just, maybe they can even put that into the gig economy. There's just so much going on these days that it's almost like, I don't think the rates are doing what you exactly want them to do. And remember, it's a blunt tool. We need a scalpel at this point. Am I in Chainlink? Yeah, I got long-term holds in it. My internet keeps pausing for some reason. It could be my Wi-Fi. I don't know. I'm not getting a yellow signal here, but if you guys are having any issues, let me know. Right now, I'm sending off about 35,000. whatever that measurement is. Normally it's 40, so it's been a little bit lower the last few days. I think Xfinity doesn't work as well in the cold. Any benefit for higher rates? It pushed Bitcoin down a lot, so you could buy it cheaper technically. I mean, that's a benefit right there. Yeah, it basically make assets a lot cheaper to buy, so you could buy them up, and then that freak out moment would cause the Fed to say, "Oh man, shit, we made a mistake. Let's keep cutting rates," and then from there, you can sell for a nice little profit. Drill baby drill, yeah, drill baby drill is definitely how, in my opinion, that's how Trump lowers the prices of a lot of goods. Especially, there's so many different ways it helps out. If we're pumping more oil, which we've already been doing, but you pump more oil, more refineries, everything like that, get the price of oil lower. What that ends up doing is more people have more money in their pocket, which they can go spend on more stuff, right? So it feels like they have more income because they do. And then when we're talking about in the grocery stores and the cost per transportation cost of everything, that's going to be a little bit lower as well. Some corporations may lower their prices. Most will just choose not to keep on increasing them, especially because we're seeing CEOs drop like flies right now. So they probably don't want to be pissing everybody off. But it allows them to do more of those value meal deals. Like you see McDonald's is doing that, like a $5 value meal or something like that. That costs them a lot of money. But if they're saving money in one other department, like transportation, it allows them to say, hey man, we got a little bit extra money. Let's do this. Let's get more people in the door. Let's get them addicted to our hamburgers, addicted to our Whoppers and McRibs and McSnacks, whatever that's they got. McFlurries, right? So, that's probably the best way for them to do it. But again, it's going to be a process, and it's not going to happen overnight. The media is acting like everything's about to change exactly the day Trump is elected. I'm like, guys, he can sign some executive orders on the border wall or do some stuff like that. But these are massive policy decisions that have to be undone, and he's working against an institutional class in the bureaucracy that doesn't want his goals to be accomplished, right? So that means it's going to take a lot of time, and it's not going to happen right away. So that's what's going to make it so interesting with Jerome Powell here, because Trump wants to get rid of Jerome Powell. Jerome Powell has not been the best Fed chair so far, right? However, we can't really kick him out without Congress. And I don't think there's enough senators, because they're a little more elitist, if you will. So they're not going to be the ones that say, hey, we need to get rid of Jerome Powell. They probably love Jerome Powell and think he's done a wonderful job despite transitory talk. They need to do a 50 basis point cut next week. I mean, I'd really much enjoy that, sure, but I don't think he would do that. I think right now what his main goal is to just try to, he's walking a fine line, but as he talks about like pausing rates, he's starting to really, really lean over toward the sides, like, and if he actually does pause the cuts, that's when we really tip over, and I think things get really hard for a lot of people really, really fast, because again, interest rates would just freaking go ballistic. Not like the Fed funds rate, but like actual interest rate. Like, let's see. Let's go back over here. All right. The peak we saw was back over here in October, right? 2023. It's been going down a little bit more ever since. Had a nice little low this summer. We started spiking back up in November, right? December. And now if we do start talking more about pause, you're going to see this spike back up. And it won't take much at all for us to go back over here to the May levels, right? Not much at all. You can see how fast the thing can rally. And then if we continue to actually pause, it's not going to be hard for us to get all the way back up to those highs. So although rates have come down a little bit, okay, this was just 2022, right? It's the end of 2021, 2020. It was 3% rate on the house. I mean, my God, what an awesome time to be alive, or looking for a house. Skyrocketed all the way up here to like 7.76 or something like that, 7.79. It's come back down, but right now it's still around like 6.66%. It's not good. So, it just makes things a little bit harder for a lot of people out there. This market is somehow just like the start of every other bull run I've been through, but there's are really weird things happening with this much big money trying to manipulate this run. Well, yeah, we have institutional money right now. It's just a whole different ball game here, a whole different ball game. What is Lock 30x high frequency trading? I do not know. I've never actually tried it before. I don't do high frequency trading. Usually it requires having a like a hotkey where like your B is buy 500 shares or 500 units of whatever, and your S is like sell 500 units of whatever. Some people do N and M. I'm more of an MN fan. So like, you know, they're just right next to each other. But I'm not entirely sure exactly what that is though. The McRibwich perfection. Yeah, I mean, what do you call it? I mean, they're trying hard to get things to be a little bit cheaper here. They're trying very, very hard. They're in trouble, right? CEOs, I mean, I think there was a phone call on a CEO that was afraid for his life, so he called the cops. The guy that owned the backpack, the Luigi guy, the CEO of that company asked the police for the serial number of the backpack to help track him down. And so because of that, everybody's going after that CEO now saying, damn, you know, if we buy a backpack from you guys, we know you guys are going to go out of your way to help the cops. And again, normally that's an okay thing, but this thing is a, you know, they're acting like the health CEO guy was like an innocent member of society. And if you've ever, like, I've had to deal with health insurance many times from my mother before she passed, and I can tell you, your insurance will say, hey, we cover this, 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 and this. You pay this month, this much, this much, this much, right? And when it comes down to it, they can be like, oh, sorry, we really don't cover this, we really don't cover that. And, you know, I'm a guy that wants to believe that the average person I'm talking to on the phone or you're talking to on the phone, they really do want to help you out. But the company, the CEO and down, you know, executive level, they've trained that person to say, no, we really aren't going to help them. You know, we're going to deny them right now. But if they appeal, the court would say yes. But, you know, maybe they're not going to appeal, so maybe we can get away with it. You know, that's not really innocence in my eyes. Now, like, innocent in the term of the American, like, the justice system, sure, but I'm more of a biblical guy as far as, like, there's good and there's bad, right, wrong, you know, good versus evil type of stuff. And I'm like, that's not something a good person would do. You know, and I'm not condoning violence with my other. It's just like, that's not something a good person would do. That's not something a good person would do. And make a shit ton of money off of it. Yeah, no, I don't know. I could understand the anger. I could really understand the anger there. Keys, you think Bitcoin is a bubble that'll pop some point? Yeah, it pops every cycle. The next cycle is going to be a little bit more interesting just because retail loves to sell the bubble and short the bubble all in one time, right? What does the institutional class, like the Wall Street guys do? The ETF crowd, do they end up buying some of those crazy dips? Because what we saw happen in 2021 was something we're not used to. 2022, right? Because it wasn't just Bitcoin coming down as far as, you know, oh my God, we're crashing, you know, there's a bunch of sell-offs going on, some of that. Now that was part of it. But what we saw was massive exchanges going down. Not just one, but a number of exchanges going down. So we had, like, FTX is the most famous. We had Celsius, we had Voyager, we had BlockFi. I mean, oh my God, there was a lot of them. So during those freakout events, are the institutions going to be buying them up, or are they just going to be waiting? One of the interesting things here is I wonder if they're going to be buying up outside of market hours to just get better deals, because a lot of the action, it doesn't matter what time it is. It matters when the exchange is going down or when some bad news comes out. It might not happen during the typical 9 to 5 workday on the East Coast time, right? Well, I don't know. I only have one treat for you because I'm all out of your duck treats. I have a chicken treat for you, but that's when I leave for later on, so you're not sad when I leave. He gets to see puppy TV on the back of the TV over there, and he gets to have some chicken treats when I go to the lounge. There's a Simpsons episode glorifying the McRibwich. I have never even heard of the McRibwich. I can't even pronounce that. I have trouble with R's. McRibwich. It seems like there's whales working together to keep the price at 100K and not letting it go up. Might flush back down. Well, if I'm a whale right now and I'm looking at some of these the prices of Bitcoin and some of this stuff, I'm really just paying attention to what could possibly happen as we lean into Wednesday. That Federal Reserve FOMC meeting is just going to be one of the most important moments of the year because everybody's been assuming we're going to have cut after cut after cut, and if he starts to pause, oh man, a lot of people are going to just sell out of fear. A lot of people will come buying in after that massive sell, but I mean, let me see. See this one. No, that's not good. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna need to have some type of earnings to really keep us going. Apparently the assassin had a bad lumbar fusion, spinal surgery. Ooh, that sucks. They have been imaging. Oh, okay. And hey, Go Pink. Is that pronounced name? Go Pink Brit. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. Hey, everybody. I hope you're doing very, very good. And anyhow, I'm happy to see you as well. Right now, we're just watching Bitcoin to see if we can make a move. We had some good news earlier about the MicroStrategy joining the Nasdaq and the triple Q here, but since then we've kind of started going back to being sideways here. Nothing bad, nothing good, just overall we're in a better mood. Bitcoin's obviously up right now, which is the good thing here, and we're seeing some altcoins make some positive moves as well, but overall it's still just kind of a meh type of situation to be trading in. You're definitely being more cautious right now than like, hey, I'm going to go open a swing trade. Now I opened up a swing trade, but I just want to see what happens over the next 24 hours. Let's see anything new here. Scott Bessent will be a champion for digital assets and a crucial ally in passing my strategic Bitcoin reserve. I look forward to working closely with the future Treasury Secretary to restore fiscal responsibility. Oh, okay. Bitcoin price. So I wonder if there's going to be a little bit of headbutting between Jerome Powell and this guy, Scott Bessent. I can't pronounce his name properly because... What am I looking at here? Did something happen? Oh, okay, sorry. My phone's been just like popping off with a whole bunch of messages lately. But again, head of the Treasury is a very powerful position. I would love to see him enter, like say, hey, we're going to be buying a little bit more Bitcoin because we don't have faith in Jerome Powell. Like just, I know that's not how the government works because this guy's going to be civilized and everything. But man, I bet Trump could say something like that, or JD Vance could say something like that, or Vivek or Elon could say something like that while at the Treasury, building. I would love to see something like that. That'd be absolutely crazy. And hey, Trev, happy to see you, my man. GOP Nick. Oh, okay. Or Gopnik. Gopnik. Weird word. It's a Russian term. That has to be Gopnik then. Okay. Gopnik. Okay, I got you, man. Gopnik Brit. Okay, I appreciate it, man. When you remember, I want to really learn your name, your names. I discovered a beautiful setup on Adam and Eve, set up on Doge 1 hour, and it appears to be a solid cup and handle on the 4 hour as well. Ooh, I mean, right now Bitcoin seems to be making trying to make a play here. So if you can do that well with Dogecoin, let me know how the trade works out. History: Bitcoin price ends week hitting highest ever daily close over $101,000. Why do people think that Friday is the end of the week? Friday is never the end of the week. It's always a Sunday. Like across the world with all the charts and stuff, I'm pretty sure it's always Sunday. Don't know why they say that. You know what? People post a lot of shit these days. Even Watcher Guru. I feel like I need to stop following Watcher Guru because Watcher Guru has been posting a bunch of shit that doesn't matter, and they're doing it just because they get the impressions and the views and the clicks, and Twitter will pay them for it. But like I used to listen to Watcher Guru because they only put out like what I thought was news. Now they're just like random shit that's not really news. Like for example, like this. Van Eck predicts Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana will reach all new highs in 2025. Nobody gives a fuck. You know, like, it's just a prediction. It's not news, right? President like Trump says he will work to abolish daylight saving time because it's very clustered nation. I don't even consider that news, honestly. But if it is, you know, so be it. Senator Cynthia, you know, that could be news. Justin, U.S. Bitcoin investor sentenced to 2 years in prison for evading taxes on $4 million gains, marking the first crypto tax evasion case, right? That could be something perhaps. But, you know, most of the time I'm just like, so much of this stuff is not actual news that I care about. And because they've been making that switch over, like, not giving us really big news and, like, they're kind of putting small news, I guess you could call it, in there, I'm just like, I don't know if I even want to follow them anymore, because I get myself the alerts that they have. Let's see. If you ever keep up with Dr. Gobble or Double, it's a formal spinal surgery who quit the job due to the industrial obsession with surgery reimbursements. Oh, okay. U.S. exceptionalism. We shut down Friday and the world shuts down too. LML, allegedly. Man, I wish I had the weekends off like I used to when I was back in corporate America. I am not corporate anymore. I'm definitely just, I work when I want to, and a lot of times I end up working on Saturdays and Sundays. That's just kind of how it is at this point. But you know what? I'm trying to become like a, you know, multi-millionaire. Like, not like just 1 million, 2. I'm talking about like 50 million, $100 million. If I can make it to that type of level, I'll know I've made it, right? Whether it's be investments, whether it be working with people, advisory roles and stuff like that, get equity positions in companies. All of that stuff matters to me because, you know, it only takes 1 or 2 little different things for you to make a good amount of money off it, especially if you make something, it does works well. You could always keep on working with it, or you could say, hey, to the team, you know, something that says, hey, Michael, we're looking at selling this to Microsoft, or selling this to Goldman Sachs, or selling this to whoever. They buy it, and then you just get a check, and I'm like, shit, damn, yeah, I'm happy here. You know what I mean? So it's different things like that. So you think it's safe to DCA still? I'm mainly in stablecoin now, but I had my eye on a few coins. I like dollar cost averaging here. My thing is, I'm only adding small amounts of money, and like kid you not, when I was doing these opening trades a couple days ago, $25 5x leverage, $25 5x leverage, $25 10x leverage, right? But like $25 for the first initial round. I'm not going all in hundreds of dollars just yet. You know, tomorrow I'll dollar cost average more. So maybe by next week, all of these positions will have something like $50 to $75 in them with 5 to 10x leverage. And if we make a move after that, I'll be happy to add more in there. But I don't see the point of doing crazy large dollar cost averages, mostly because how could you do large amounts of dollar cost averaging? You have to have a lot of capital for that. And the news surrounding the Federal Reserve and stuff is just going to be so intense that if the Fed does something surprising, you know, you're going to see Bitcoin drop a lot. You're going to see altcoins drop a lot. And if you guys didn't know, altcoins can drop 30-40% in a matter of a week, and that can happen again. So, you know, for me, it's just the small entry positions you need. And if something happens and Bitcoin breaks again, you can still make some money. But I'm taking the long road here because of what's happening with the rate cuts, the pauses, and how much of a concern that is in the back of my mind. I don't know anything about REC token. Let me know more about it. I can try to help you out. Bitcoin don't sleep. TikTok next block. What do you call? I'm hoping that TikTok gets to stay around. I just opened up a Lemon 8 account or whatever it's called, and I'm hoping that does some magic. Here, Loki, you wanna? Loki's trying to get like pets and stuff. He's trying to be like, oh, look at me, I'm so special. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can actually see him right now. Hold on a second. You guys can see himself on camera though. He's all majestic and whatnot. Yeah, see, as soon as he saw himself, he was like, yeah, I'm peace out. Or, you know, his little ears are gonna be right here. Yeah. I've been playing rough with him, with the blankets and towels and stuff. He loves it. His favorite game is you wrap a towel around your arm and you let him bite it like this, you know, and he goes like fucking crazy over it. But if you tell stop, he stops, all that type of good stuff. He's been very well trained to stop biting when he's not supposed to be biting. He's gotten into a couple fights with Chihuahuas over the years because Chihuahuas try to bite him, right? He's like, yeah, I'm not gonna fucking stand for that. And I've, you know, up to a certain point, I've always allowed him to be like, hey, if another dog is biting you, you can correct the fuck out of that dog. I have no problem with that. I'm not gonna say, hey, you can't retaliate if another dog bites you. No. Make sure he knows he's not allowed to bite you. That's the way you do it. That's the way you do it. Have I seen a base printer, a reflection token that pays at USDC every hour based on transaction volume? No, I haven't even heard of that one yet. NFT Hero, that could be a fun play. There's a lot of tokens like that. I usually, if you're gonna play around with them and see if they work and stuff, it's best to do that when you're actually in a really good bull market like we are right now. If you're not, you got to be a little bit more careful because it can be painful once the bear market comes. Though those systems usually start failing for some reason around there. Let me back up here a little bit more. I want to see what's going on because right now Bitcoin just going sideways here. I mean, it's just a bunch of sideways stuff. Right, not terrible, just sideways stuff. No more watching group, just go Bitcoin. Oh wait, what happened to Hawk Tour? Has she posted yet? Hawk Tour has not posted since December 4th. Holy freaking moly. Yeah, wow. You know, there was that guy, Doc Hollywood. He was a part of the scam, I think. Is it Hollywood or Holiday? Hollywood. Oh wow, these posts are protected. Wow, deleted X so people stop commenting death threats. He did not delete X. He did not delete it because he still has an account. He might want to come back. Shit, yeah. After all that being about, oh yeah, you know, it's not a scam. Damn, CoffeeZilla tore him up. Let's see. This is why you got to be very careful how you guys promote a token, and you don't make up lies and stuff like that. Remember, he said there was no insider trading, and you could clearly see it on chain. Oh man. Let's see, but they haven't said anything. They really haven't said anything here. Okay, they have a link tree. Hawk token, Discord, Haley's X, Haley's Instagram. Has Haley been TikToking perhaps? Okay, allow shit, I don't care. This is 12/5. So she hasn't posted since December 5th. Afterwards. Oh wow. Okay, are there any comments on this? Yeah. Girl, you in trouble. Who else came from that one video about tour coins? Oh, you about to be talking to a judge? You in trouble? Oh my god, yeah. Wow. I don't think she thought. Yeah, I don't think she thought it was gonna come back this way. Let's go back over here. Oh, let's get out of there very fast. So over here, community. Hold on a second here. Let me go to Telegram. Open in web. Let's see. Did not. Hold on. No, it's not the right one. Is it? Join a group. All right, so this is 627 to 630K. Let's see. Oh, it's a scam. Let's see. There's still so many people telling people to buy in here. Asia will wake up and wonder what the fuck happened here. I wonder. This is all from today. Okay. So they're not even policing this. Okay, let me see what they have. So this is an opinion piece, though. Haley Welsh's Hawk shows why we need better standards for meme coins. The saga of Hawk 2 as meme coin testifies the need for governance and transparency in Web3. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Welsh appeared to be transitioning from internet personality to business mogul. That was until the 22-year-old launched her meme coin Hawk. Now Hawk Tour isn't flying so high. Let's see. The rapid decline raises questions about the project's legitimacy and the motives behind its management. A now deleted Twitter Spaces discussion further intensified suspicion, leading to widespread allegations that Hawk is nothing more than a celebrity rug pull. Yeah, yeah, that's kind of where you go with it, right? Let's see. So Hawk had 3 distinctive teams behind it, according to internet sleuth CoffeeZilla. Welsh's Web2 team, responsible for her traditional brand, Memetic Labs, led by founder Doc Hollywood. Memetic Labs. Okay, here we go. Is this Memetic Labs? This is not Memetic Labs. Yeah, it's not Memetic Labs. Okay. It's a bad link then, or just a sketchy link to make me move somewhere else. And over here, a new technical service provider specifically brought in to facilitate novel token claim process designed to onboard Welsh's Web2 audience. Okay. Probably dropped off around 1 a.m. Eastern time. She's going to sleep. Okay. Oh, so Doc Hollywood dominated the conversation. So Doc Hollywood's company, Memetic Labs, was responsible for critical aspects of the token's release, such as tokenomics, token minting, and distribution, marketing. Oh yeah, okay. Let's see. Let's see. So it seems like Doc Hollywood, his team, you could say they were innocent and they really fucked up, or you can say they scammed people. It looks like it was Doc Hollywood's team that really caused everything, that really, the shit to hit the fan. Interesting, okay. Well, shit, yeah, I mean, Hawk Tour, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen to her, but the lawsuits are going to be crazy. It's going to be rough. Meet Denari Taylor, also known as Bella Porsche. I blocked that woman years ago. Years ago. But yeah, Doc Hollywood, damn. Man has been, you know, if you scam people, you're gonna pay the price. That's just the way it works in this society right now. People are gonna be angry. People lost a lot of money, you know, and if you're the one that lost a lot of money, it's not gonna work out too much in your favor here. You hope to get Shiba in the future if it works out. To play with crypto would be a big decision for sure. Won't take it lightly. Still we're in a box, not the future just yet. Oh, in the now, sorry. I mean, for me, again, the way I view Shiba is it's always something you want to be dollar cost averaging, because when it pops hard. It's up to you though to know, hey man, Sheeb is just blowing up like 100%, 200%. I got to get out of this thing while I can, because otherwise, you know, Sheeb comes straight back down afterwards. I mean, it just happens so fast. And so I love Sheeb for that reason that it pops. The first time I bought Sheeb, it was a total gamble. We bought it on the channel back when it was flat. Like Bitcoin was soaring, Dogecoin was soaring, ADA soaring, Matic soaring, Comp soaring, you know, everything soaring back in the day. And she was just going sideways, doing nothing. But it was under a penny, had a smaller market cap, and you know, it was a marketable type of meme, Sheeb, right? And one day it just would pop, and you know, that's all she wrote. It was a really good move there. She's busy spending money. I mean, shit, she's probably going to have to get some good lawyers right now, because, you know, okay, there's a couple ways she can handle this, but the FBI is probably already like looking into this right now. Whenever something like this is so, you know, it's on the news, everybody's talking about it, the FBI is forced to like say, hey, we're looking into this, you know. And they're going to track everything. They're going to see what happened. They're going to start their investigation. They're going to talk to the lawyers. They're going to get all the paperwork, see all the emails, see all the text messages. They're going to get all of it. And they're probably going to make, I don't think she's going to go to jail, but I think Hawk Tour Girl is probably going to pay a large fine for what she did. She should go to jail. You know, well, let's see what the evidence is. But in my opinion right now, she deserves to go to jail. I'm not talking about 15, 20 years, but, you know, a couple years at least. But yeah, it's not looking good for her so far, especially because her name was all over this, and she was promoting it, and it sounds like when you look at her posts and stuff, I'm not going to. She keeps on saying, "This is my token. This is my token. This is my token." You know, if she was really just getting paid to do this and she didn't really own anything, like she wasn't part of the business model, technically she would have to say this was all one gigantic ad, because it sounds like she also got paid like $125,000 for all the promotion. So it's not, again, she's gonna have to pay something. At minimum, she's gonna pay something. You're talking about the dog breed Shiba Inu? Oh, I get what you're saying. Okay. I heard they're kind of pesky dogs. I'm not entirely sure. What's funny about that is I'm a Doge guy, and you're talking about Sheeb, the crypto. I'm talking about an actual sheep dog, like real life, to care for and love. Man, I don't know. I've heard there's so much work. If you got the time to train one of those suckers, I bet that dog would be absolutely freaking gorgeous. I love the coats I see on them. They're really good quality. I don't know if I have the patience though. Loki, I had to train him forever. But I work from home, so it's not really a large problem, right? Like you see Loki here, while Bitcoin's still doing nothing here. I can be like, where's Loki at? Oh, look at there. Yo, you should big a baby. Yes, you're big baby. You know, and he's looking at me, but he's also just trying to find a treat. That's why he keeps licking his lip. He's like, I see something over there. I see something, but I don't know what it is. And it's not a treat. It's just a bag of chips I had with a sandwich earlier today. I had a ham and cheese sandwich. Loki, look at. Oh, yes, you're a good boy. I got a haircut today, and I took him with me to the haircut. I literally chose a barber so he can come with me to the barbershop. That's how much I spoil that dog. I might spoil him a little bit too much, but he has room to run. The lady gets some water. She has treats just for Loki. All types of good stuff. I'll be happy if she just gets community service. No, because she'll make a YouTube video out of it and get paid for it. I want her to pay a fine. Pay a fine. Silky? Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah. Issue a fine. Issue a fine. Funny thing is, if the FBI solves Hawk Tour case before the drones flying over Jersey, oh shit, the drones over Jersey is so confusing. Like, I've heard so many different things. The latest thing was it's just drone enthusiasts in New Jersey flying their drones. And I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know. But again, I haven't really researched the story all too much. I'm just like, you know what? Let them do whatever they're going to do. If the government can't figure out who's doing it, I just like, shit. I don't know. I feel like the FBI should have an idea. Like, how could you not track a drone? Like, I don't know. Or shoot it down? Not with a plane or anything, but literally just like have some dude with a helicopter, you know, with a beanbag gun. Shoot that sucker. I'm not talking about live ammunition. Just beanbag gun or whatever. Poof. Knock it to the ground. Take it. see who is controlling the receiver, see if there's a serial number, who bought it, all that type of stuff, right? And I bet if you shoot one down, you can really see if it's like an Iranian mothership or some shit like that, or if it's just some dude in New Jersey flying his drone around at night with permission. You know what I mean? Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff that can be done. Micro Sailor can end up in the next Hunt Brother. The Hunt Brother brought the majority of silver supply. I have no idea what a Hunt Brother is. Ah, interesting. Somebody claims drones followed a close card. Oh, see, I don't know. There's so much stuff going on right now, guys. All right, but I'm gonna call it a night here. I'm gonna try to stream later on tonight if I can. I've just been very bad about being like awake to stream at night. Obviously, they have no heat signature and outmaneuvering anything we have. Damn, we need to have drone police. That's the new thing. We're gonna fund the police with drones. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be best. I can see Trump selling it like now. Yeah, we're gonna have drone police. They're gonna be watching you. The libertarians are gonna fucking hate it, but you know, they can implement them in the blue cities first or something like that, right? I'm guessing it's military drones. I don't know. Like, I live next to a military base. I don't see any drones, but I see a shit ton of C-17s, and I hear a lot of fucking mortar fire, which is fucking annoying. C-17's okay, I'm used to them, but mortar fire, like your whole house freaking just shakes. But anyway, I'm gonna see you guys a little bit later. Right now, Bitcoin's still fairly bullish in the weekly chart, guys. It's just the daily chart's giving us these nasty wobbles. So as we get these wobbles and whatnot, you know, you can day trade them. I'd say you guys would probably rather day trade altcoins because the momentum is there a little bit better. The volatility is there, I should say. But yeah, just relax, wait for this to kind of happen here. I think for a lot of people out there, Wednesday is the big day where a lot of you guys will be opening up some of your trades, okay? So see you guys a little bit later. Tomorrow I have a date at the Nutcracker, so I won't be streaming at night, but if I'm lucky, I'll just try to make some videos throughout the day